Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Western Flavors. Today, we have an emotionally complex episode that explores one of life's most difficult questions. Can people truly change? And if they can, do they deserve a second chance? For Ty Borden, this question isn't academic, it's deeply personal and painfully real. His mother, Lily, was a selfish person who chose her own happiness over her son's, who stayed with an abusive man rather than protect her child, who disappeared from Ty's life for years at a time, leaving trauma and abandonment in her wake. But now Lily has been stable for 3 years, has built a life, and wants to meet the granddaughter she's never known. Ty must decide whether to protect Lyndy from potential disappointment or give his mother a chance to prove she's changed. This episode takes place during season 13, when a letter from Lily forces Ty to confront his past, his anger, and the terrifying possibility of hope. If you're enjoying this series, please hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a chapter. Today's episode is about forgiveness, about whether holding on to anger protects us or imprisons us, and about learning that grace isn't given because it's deserved, but because we need to be free of the weight of bitterness. Let's dive in. The letter arrived on a Wednesday, forwarded through Ty's veterinary clinic from an address Ty didn't recognize. The handwriting on the envelope was shaky but careful, and Ty stared at it for a full minute before opening it, knowing somehow that it would change things. Dear Ty, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from. I don't blame you for that. I've spent the last 3 years working on myself, getting sober, staying sober. I have a job now at a community center helping others in recovery. I have an apartment. I have a life that's stable and clean. I heard through some people that you're married and have a daughter. Her name is Lyndy. I know I have no right to ask this, but I would like to meet my granddaughter, just once. Just to see her, to know that something good came from my life, even if I wasn't part of making it. I understand if you say no. I understand that I hurt you in ways I can never fix. But I'm asking anyway because 3 years of sobriety has taught me that I'll never know unless I try. If you want to talk, my number is below. Love, Mom. Ty read it 3 times, each reading making his chest tighter, his breathing shallower. When Amy found him 20 minutes later, he was still sitting with the letter in his hands, his face completely blank.
Tay, what's wrong?
He handed her the letter without speaking. Amy read it, her expression shifting from confusion to understanding to concern.
Oh, wow.
She wants to meet Lyndy.
What do you want to do?
I want to burn this letter and pretend I never got it.
But even as he said it, he knew it wasn't that simple. Amy sat beside him, took his hand.
Why? She might have changed. Who knows?
The question was gentle, but it cut right to the core. Ty's jaw clenched as he tried to put words to the storm of emotions inside him.
That she'll disappoint Lyndy the way she disappointed me. That she'll promise to be there and then vanish. That she'll let Lyndy love her and then break her heart. That 3 years of sobriety doesn't mean anything because I've seen her sober before for weeks, sometimes months, and it never lasted.
He pulled his hand away, standing up to pace.
And I'm afraid that if I let her in and she hurts Lyndy, I'll never forgive myself for not protecting her.
Those are all valid fears.
So you agree I should say no?
I didn't say that. I just said your fears are valid. But Ty, what if she really has changed? What if 3 years means something different than 3 weeks? What if you say no and rob Lyndy of knowing her grandmother and rob your mother of the chance to be better?
Ty wanted to argue, but the truth was he didn't have an answer to that. That evening, Ty talked to Jack in the barn. The old man listened without interrupting as Ty paced and vented, releasing years of anger and hurt.
She stayed with Wade even after she knew what he was doing to me. She'd disappear for weeks and I'd be alone, eating whatever I could find, wondering if she was dead. How many times did she promise things would be different? How many times did she lie?
Jack nodded, his weathered face thoughtful.
All true. All of it. She failed you, Ty. Nobody's denying that.
So why does everyone think I should give her another chance?
Because people can change if they truly commit to it. I've seen it. Your father-in-law was a selfish rodeo cowboy who put himself before his daughters for decades. Look at him now. Still rough around the edges, but he shows up. He tries.
That's different.
Is it? Or is it just that you're more willing to forgive Tim's failures than your mother's?
The question landed hard. Ty had forgiven Tim, had built a relationship with him despite everything. Why was that easier than even considering forgiving Lily?
But what if she's lying? What if she relapses? What if...
What if you spend so much energy protecting yourself from what might happen that you miss what is happening? She's asking to meet Lyndy, not move in. She's asking for an hour of your time, not a lifetime commitment.
Ty sat down on a hay bale, suddenly exhausted.
I don't know if I can do this.
You don't have to decide right now, but think about it. Really think about it, because holding on to anger might feel like protection, but it's also a prison. And the person it hurts most is you.
3 days later, after long conversations with Amy and sleepless nights wrestling with his demons, Ty made the call. Lily answered on the second ring, her voice shaking. Hello?
It's Ty.
A pause, then a sharp intake of breath. Ty, you called. I didn't think thank you. Thank you for calling.
I'm not promising anything, but we can visit, just me and Lyndy, for an hour.
Of course, yes. Whatever you're comfortable with. When?
Saturday, 2 o'clock. Text me your address.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you so much. You won't regret.
Don't make promises. Just, we'll see you Saturday.
He hung up before she could respond, before his resolve could weaken. Amy found him in the loft that evening, staring at nothing.
You called her.
Yeah, we're going Saturday. Just me and Lyndy.
Why not me too?
Because if it goes badly, I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to see me fall apart when she disappoints us.
Amy wanted to argue but recognized the fear in his voice. This was something Ty needed to do his way.
Okay, but I'll be here when you get back. Whatever happens.
Saturday arrived too quickly. The drive to Lily's apartment in Calgary felt endless despite taking less than an hour. Ty's knuckles were white on the steering wheel, his jaw clenched so tight it ached. In the back seat, Lyndy babbled happily, playing with her toy horses, completely oblivious to the tension radiating from her father. Where we going, Dada?
To meet someone.
Who?
Someone who wants to meet you.
How did you explain to a 3-year-old that she was about to meet the grandmother whose absence had shaped her father's entire life? Lily's apartment was in a modest building, clean but worn. Ty checked the address 3 times before getting out of the truck. He lifted Lyndy from her car seat, and she wrapped her arms around his neck, sensing something important was happening even if she didn't understand what. Lily answered the door before Ty could knock, like she'd been watching for them. She looked older than Ty remembered, worn by the years and the addiction, but her eyes were clear. That was the first thing he noticed. Her eyes were clear and focused, not the glassy disconnect he'd seen so many times growing up. Ty. Her voice broke on his name, and tears immediately filled her eyes.
Lily.
He couldn't call her mom. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Lily's gaze moved to Lyndy, and the tears spilled over. Oh my God, she's beautiful. She's so beautiful. Lyndy hid her face in Ty's shoulder, shy around strangers. I'm sorry. Come in. Please. The apartment was small, 1 bedroom, probably, but it was clean and organized in a way that suggested real effort. The furniture was old but well maintained. Children's books sat on a shelf, clearly new purchases. Snacks were arranged on the coffee table, crackers, fruit, juice boxes. And on the couch sat a small stuffed horse, still with the tag attached. Lily saw Ty notice. I got that for her, if that's okay. I didn't know what she liked, so I thought, a horse seems safe.
That's fine.
They sat, Ty keeping Lyndy on his lap, maintaining physical connection between them. Lily sat across from them, hands clasped tightly in her lap like she didn't know what to do with them. Thank you for coming. I know this is hard for you.
You have no idea.
The words came out harsher than he intended, but Lily just nodded. You're right. I don't. I can imagine, but I don't really know. I don't know what it was like to be you, to be the kid I failed. The honesty was startling. Ty had expected excuses, justifications, the kind of manipulation Lily had always used. But this was different. How's Amy? And Heartland?
They're good. Amy's an amazing mother. She's everything you weren't.
He said it to hurt her, and it worked. Lily flinched but didn't argue. I'm glad Lyndy has that. Every child deserves a mother who shows up. Lyndy had been watching Lily with curious eyes, and now she pointed at the stuffed horse. Horsey? Yes, sweetie, that's for you. If your daddy says it's okay. Ty wanted to say no, wanted to refuse this gift, but Lyndy was already reaching for it. He let her slide off his lap, watched as she picked up the horse and hugged it. Thank you. You're so welcome. What's your horse's name? Spartan. Lily laughed through her tears. That's a perfect name. As Lyndy played, Lily tried to make conversation. She asked about Heartland, about Ty's veterinary practice, about life. Ty answered in short sentences, guarded, watching for signs, the shaking hands, the dilated pupils, the lies, but he didn't see them. Lily was nervous, but it was the nervousness of someone who cared about making a good impression, not someone hiding addiction. After 20 minutes, Lyndy climbed onto the couch next to Lily, showing her the stuffed horse, chattering about the real horses at home. Lily's face glowed with joy, and when Lyndy let her hold her hand, Lily started crying again. That's when Ty's fear peaked. His daughter was warming to this woman, was trusting her, was letting her in. And if Lily failed, if she disappeared or relapsed or broke her promises, Lyndy would be hurt.
We should go. It's getting late.
Lyndy protested. She was having fun, but Ty was already standing, gathering her things. Will you come back? The hope in her voice was painful to hear.
We'll see.
Ty, I know I can't undo the past. I know I can't give you back the childhood I stole from you. But I'm trying to do better now. I'm trying to be someone you could be proud of.
I'll think about it.
He left quickly, before she could say more, before his resolve could weaken. In the truck, Lyndy clutched her new horse and talked about the nice lady, oblivious to the war raging inside her father. 2 days later, Lily called. Ty almost didn't answer, but something made him pick up. Hi, Ty. I just wanted to say thank you again for coming. It meant everything to me.
Okay.
I'm texting you a photo. I took it when Lyndy was playing. I thought maybe you'd want it for your fridge. The text came through Lyndy smiling, holding the stuffed horse, her face bright with joy. It was a beautiful picture.
Thanks.
That's all. I won't bother you. But thank you. She hung up, and Ty stared at the photo for a long time. Over the next few days, Amy noticed Ty kept looking at that picture. She'd catch him staring at his phone, his expression unreadable.
How was it really? The visit.
Ty set down his phone, his shoulders sagging.
She seemed different, stable. And that scares me more than if she'd been using.
Why?
Because if she's really changed, then I have to forgive her. And I don't know if I can. If I stay angry, she can't hurt me again. But if I let that anger go...
You're vulnerable.
Exactly. And I hate feeling vulnerable. Especially with her.
Jack found Ty in the barn the next evening, brushing Harley with unnecessary vigor, working out his frustration on the grooming.
Want to talk about it?
There's nothing to talk about. She was fine. Lyndy liked her. It's done.
But you're still carrying something.
Ty threw the brush into the grooming kit.
Fine. You want to know what I'm carrying? I'm angry. I'm angry that she gets to show up now and expect me to just forgive everything. Where was she when I was 10 and starving? Where was she when Wade was hitting me? Where was she when I needed a mother?
She wasn't there, and that's unforgivable. Or it should be. But Ty, forgiving Lily isn't saying what she did was okay. It's saying you're not going to let her past mistakes poison your future.
But that anger is the only thing that's protected me from her.
Has it? Or has it just kept you in a prison of your own making? You've been holding on to that anger for so long that letting it go feels like losing something. But what if what you're really losing is the weight you've been carrying?
Ty sat down hard on a hay bale.
You don't have to forget what she did. You don't even have to let her deep into your life. But you might need to let go of the anger, for your sake, not hers.
That night, Amy found Ty in the loft, Lyndy asleep in her crib.
I've been thinking about something. What if you don't give Lily a real chance and Lyndy never gets to know her grandmother? What if your mother really has changed and you rob them both of that relationship because you're too afraid to hope?
What if I do give her a chance and she breaks Lyndy's heart?
Then we deal with it together. We help Lyndy understand, we protect her, we heal the hurt. But Ty, You can't protect her from every disappointment in life, and if you try, you might also protect her from joy.
Ty looked at his sleeping daughter at the stuffed horse she'd insisted on bringing to bed.
Lyndy deserves to make her own relationship with Lily, and you deserve to find out if your mother really has changed. Not for her sake, but for yours. Because living with this anger, it's exhausting, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
The next morning, Ty called Lily.
Can we visit again?
The silence on the other end lasted so long, Ty thought the call had dropped. Yes, of course. When?
Saturday. And Amy's coming this time too.
I'd love to meet her. Thank you, Ty. Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. We're still figuring this out.
This visit was different from the start. Amy's presence changed the dynamic, less hostile, more open. Lily had prepared lunch, nothing fancy, just sandwiches and fruit, but the effort showed.
Amy wanted to see where you work. You mentioned a community center.
Oh, yes. I could show you if you want. They drove to the community center where Lily worked 3 days a week. It was a modest building serving people in recovery, offering counseling, job training, support groups. Lily's supervisor saw them and came over. You must be Ty. Lily talks about you all the time. She's one of our best volunteers, helps run our evening support groups. After the supervisor left, Ty looked at his mother differently. This wasn't just talk. She had built something real: community, accountability, structure. On the drive back to her apartment, Lily talked about her recovery. Every day I don't use is a day I get to be proud of who I'm becoming. It's not about the person I was. That person is gone. I killed her, honestly. This version of me, she's new. I go to meetings 3 times a week. I have a sponsor I call every day. I have structure and accountability and people who won't let me slide back into old patterns. I'm not the same person who hurt you, Ty. I can't be, because that person would have destroyed me. Back at her apartment, as they were preparing to leave, Ty stopped at the door. Amy had taken Lyndy to the truck, giving them a moment alone.
Mom.
It was the first time he'd called her that in years. Lily froze, tears immediately spilling over.
I'm proud of you.
Lily's face crumpled and she covered it with her hands, sobbing. I never thought I'd hear you say that. I never thought.
I'm not saying I'm all the way there yet. I'm not saying I completely trust you or that we're back to normal. But I want to try. For Lyndy, and maybe for us too.
They didn't hug, that was too much, too soon, but there was a shift between them. A door that had been locked for decades had cracked open, letting in the possibility of light. That's all I can ask for. That's more than I deserve.
Maybe. But grace isn't about deserving, is it? It's about choosing to believe people can change.
On the drive home, with Lyndy asleep in the back seat and Amy's hand in his, Ty felt lighter than he had in years. The anger was still there. He wasn't naive enough to think it would disappear overnight. But it had loosened its grip. There was space now for other things. Hope, possibility, forgiveness.
How do you feel?
Terrified, hopeful, both at the same time.
That sounds about right.
She could still fail. She could relapse. She could disappoint us.
She could. Or she could keep showing up. Keep doing the work. Keep being the person she's becoming. We don't know the future, Ty. All we can do is deal with what's in front of us today.
And today, she showed up.
Yeah, she did.
That night, after Lyndy was in bed, Ty sat on the porch with Jack. The old man rocked slowly in his chair, the creak of wood a familiar comfort.
How'd it go?
Better. Still complicated. But better.
That's all growth ever is. Complicated and better at the same time.
I don't know if I'll ever fully trust her. Part of me is always going to be waiting for her to fail.
That's fair. Trust is earned slowly. But you know what? You took the first step. You opened the door. That took more courage than staying angry ever did.
Ty thought about that, about how easy it had been to stay angry, to stay protected behind walls of resentment, and how terrifying it was to hope that people could change. But maybe that was the point. Maybe hope was supposed to be terrifying, because it meant risking hurt again, but it also meant the possibility of healing. That concludes today's episode of Heartland. What started as a letter from Ty's mother became a journey into one of life's most difficult questions. Can people truly change? And if they can, do they deserve forgiveness? For Ty, whose childhood was destroyed by Lily's addiction and abandonment, the answer wasn't simple. Every instinct told him to protect himself and Lyndy from potential disappointment. But with Amy's gentle pushing and Jack's wisdom, Ty found the courage to take a risk on hope. The visit to Lily's workplace was crucial. Ty needed to see evidence of change beyond just her claims. Seeing her supervisor praise her work, seeing the community she'd built, seeing the structure she'd created that made her transformation real and tangible in a way words never could. Ty's journey from absolutely not to I'm proud of you, Mom, is the heart of this episode. It wasn't a quick or easy transformation. It required confronting his anger, recognizing that holding on to it was hurting him more than protecting him, and finding the courage to hope that people can change even when every past experience says they won't. People can change if they truly commit to it. Change isn't about wanting to be different, it's about doing the daily work to become different. Lily's 3 years of sobriety, her job, her support groups, her accountability, that's real change backed by action, not just intention. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing, it means releasing yourself from the prison of anger. Jack's wisdom about this was profound. Forgiving Lily didn't erase what she did or make it okay, but it freed Ty from carrying the weight of that anger, which was hurting him more than it was hurting her. Second chances aren't about the past, they're about who someone is becoming. Ty couldn't change what Lily did to him as a child, but he could choose to engage with who she is now, who she's working to become. That's what second chances really are, opportunities to see people as they are, not just as they were. The bravest thing we can do is hope again after being disappointed. Cynicism is easy. Staying angry is safe, but hoping that someone can change after they've hurt you? That takes real courage. That's vulnerability in its truest form. Thank you for joining us for this emotionally complex episode about forgiveness, change, and the terrifying courage it takes to hope. Ty's journey with Lily isn't over, it's just beginning. Trust will be built slowly, and there may still be setbacks. But today, Ty chose possibility over protection, hope over anger, and that choice might heal both of them. If you're struggling with whether to forgive someone who hurt you, please know this forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's about releasing the weight you're carrying, not about saying what they did was okay. And if someone in your life is working hard to change, asking for a second chance, consider it. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free of the bitterness that comes from never allowing for transformation. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe, and tell us in the comments, have you ever given someone a second chance after they hurt you? What made you decide to try again? We'd love to hear your stories of forgiveness and grace. Until next time, this is Western Flavors.